Alright, so this is the current iteration of the NV200. It's a 2018 model that I bought used from a dealer. They were using it as their parts running van. I got a pretty good deal on it. It had about 7,000 miles when I got it. It's got about 14,000 now. You can see that I've added a roof rack and an awning up there to the top. This side of the van is still a panel van. I kept this side kind of stock, thinking that, alright, if I'm parked on the street in the US, this side is out near the street. It still looks like a work van. Of course, then I added that giant rocket box and started adding windows to it, so the stealth factor of this little van is probably gone, but the campability is much enhanced. So I added, when I got it, I added these two windows here to the back. I got a video of that on my website. And then I also added this window here on the side, which has a little slider. Let's see, so let's look at this roof rack. So the roof rack is just a Vantech rack off of Amazon. And to it, I've added a ARB touring awning. I really like this awning. I've only used it just a couple of times so far, but it's been the summertime for the most part since I added it. Sure, I'll appreciate it more in the spring and fall when it's more rainy. I also added this Yakima rocket box, which I've had for a while. Just recently noticed that I didn't have an antenna up there, so I added a new little antenna as well. So the van is a SV model, so it's got a little slightly better trim. I think it's mostly just the colored bumpers and the fancier wheel hubcaps. Let's take a look in the back. Open it up to let a little bit of light in. Let's take a look at what we got here. Let's see. First of all, notice that I've added a hitch to it. That's a Curt hitch. And the wiring is under here. If we open up this door, the wiring is just kind of bundled back up in there. So I got a little step so I can access that roof rack. Let's see, so let's start with this back here. So, pretty basic van setup. I've got a cupboard over here on the side, and then I've got a bench that folds out into a sleeper. I'm sure you've seen these sliding benches. Every other slat just slides out. I'm not going to do it right now though. So I've got this stuff sack right here. Has my sleeping bag and a sheet on it. And then I found I like a full-size pillow here. Just got a little blanket thrown on there for now. This is my second set of cushions I tried. At first I tried 6-inch cushions and they were just a little too big. When you sat on it, the back cushions back here were just too thick and it just wasn't very comfortable. Plus the foam was just a little too firm. So now I've got 4-inch foam that I bought from a foam warehouse in Portland, and it's actually two different foams, a high density and a medium density. They let you try them all out there at the store, and it was kind of nice to custom get a set that works for me. So my cupboard only comes out just about 8 inches short of this back wall, so I have added this storage net here to add a little bit more storage. So what I've got down here is a little heater. It's a Cupid heater. It works on those butane canisters, which is the same canister I use on my stove that I'll show you here in a minute. So I got a couple sets of shoes in here. I've got a coat. This is another blanket. This is my water system. It's just one of these Lunatech pump up deals. So you pump it up a little bit. And then you've got this little thing here that sprays water. Real simple. It seems to work all right. If I was living in this full time, I would have maybe a full water system. So I got some AstroTurf to lay out to have a little porch. And then this is the WeatherTech coverings for the front and passenger windows. For these windows back here and the side windows, I've got just a couple of covers that I made that have magnets in it that just go into the windows if I want privacy. So I did a little video about the installation here. This is just a foam panel that I carpeted over. It's on the roof and on this door over here, and then this side right here. It's got a little CO2 detector, a little thermometer which says it's about 78 degrees Fahrenheit. a little paper towel holder, and then that's a little, this thing over here is a controller for the LED lights, which are right up here. In addition to the LED lights, I have a couple of just little stick-on lights. They work pretty good. And they just stick on up there when they're not being used. Oh, sorry it's so dark in there. Okay, so now we're going to go inside the van. First of all, I got this little trash can just sitting here on these little straps. This is a flip-up table. I set this table up so I could, so it's kind of in front of the window here, so I can cook on it a little bit. But honestly, I haven't even hardly used it. All right, so we're inside the van. I did custom make this whole cabinet deal. It is Goncalo Alves is the wood up here. I think they call it tiger wood also. So got this first drawer is just a butane stove in here. I think I got a knife and a little igniter over here as well. It comes out, so usually I cook outside. I don't really like cooking inside of here. Got a couple of catches that I've added to these so they don't open up. All right, so this one is just a cutting board. I'll use this a lot when I'm standing in the back and working in here. And this is just kind of a catch-all drawer with just mostly cooking supplies. Got coffees and a little bit of liquor, some snacks, and that type of thing. Right here I've got a cast iron skillet. I made this special so it would fit my cast iron skillet. Oops, a couple plates on it as well. Goes in there like that. Let's see, here I got a couple things. So back in the back there's a percolator, then there's some cooking pots. That's just a tumbler to drink. That's a speaker inside of a holder. Then I got some cooking gear up in here, and then just then down below I have my tent awning supplies. So stuff that I need to add quickly I put in here, plus a towel. And then on the bottom of it, I've got, this bin has food. Then this is a little CPAP over here to the side. Then wet wipes. Got a little bit more food storage, gallon of water, and some cleaning wipes for the van. This cupboard is actually a toilet. So it's a clean waste toilet that slides out, and then I've got just a little bit more storage under there with a couple things. I've also got a cutting board in here as well. So, also inside here. So this seat I've turned around permanently. So I have some more seating in here. The little storage underneath here is all my charging cables and cables to charge up my power supply, which is actually a Jackery unit. The Jackery power supply is just right down in there. It's all charged up right now, but going down the road, there's an outlet right here that I can use to charge the Jackery. Usually when I get to camp, I'll pull that Jackery out and put it up here on the counter. So then I can run devices, charge things off it. I can plug my lights, my overhead lights, up into the Jackery once it's up here as well. Okay, so let's go back to the front here. Back of this seat here, I've added a just one of these mole systems so I can hang some things. So I got another water bottle. That's got some little toiletries I can grab on the go. There's just a little bag in there with some wet wipes and some hand sanitizer, things like that. This one here is first aid. Then I got a fire extinguisher right there. Then there's a little pouch down in here that has some recovery gear, tie down, some binoculars, things like that. I've kept this organizer here on the NV. It's kind of a unique thing that you can put file folders in, and mostly it's just got some miscellaneous camp gear. I think my iPad's in there right now as well. Front seat up here is my fridge. I've got a Yeti soft cooler. That bag on top of it is just kind of my day bag of quick little camera gear and little things that you need to have, and masks and stuff like that. In front of that, I've got a couple little bags with some clothes in it. So that's where my clothes are right now. I'm just out for a couple day trip. I don't need a whole lot of clothes. Okay, let's step out for a second. Okay, trying to use every little bit of storage you got on the NV200. So down here, I've got two little small duffels that slide out. One of them's got some repair part type things in there, twist ties, tape, that type of stuff. And then that's a little tool pouch. This little thing, I'm sure you know what one of those are. I'm not going to go into it, but that's for emergency use. Down here, I'm a photographer, so I've got a couple of camera bags. We're just going to skip over those. In between this part of the bed, there's another gallon of water I have in a roto packs just sitting in there. I just added these two apple boxes here that I made, and they're just I just wanted a little better storage. I couldn't find the right size tote, so I just kind of made my own. Let's see, I'm not going to go into these a whole lot of depth, but what do I got in this one? This one's got some spare food in the back. Those are full of some mountain houses. 5 or 6 of them fit in there. This is kind of my electrical box. I got some fans and electrical hookups and things like that. This up here is a hammock, and then a water filter, and then this little net thing I use for my dirty clothes. So just stuff that's easy to grab, relatively. These aren't on any kind of sliders or anything. And then this one, I've got just some more miscellaneous camp storage thing, a couple of spare butane bottles there, and just a few more camp things that come up often. You know, there's a little broom, there's some, what is this, some mosquito netting, some twine, some mosquito spray, and sunscreen, that kind of thing. So that also left me just a little bit of room under here for, there's some more miscellaneous clothes and some other food and things like that. I got a chair and a little table and another little tripod right down over here. Okay, so I set this van up to be a quick weekend type thing. I'm not full-timing in it. That's why I don't have a permanent fridge or solar on the roof. But, you know, those type of things could be added if I was more serious about spending more significant time in it. But quite frankly, this van's a little small to live in full time. I didn't do anything to this van that's not easily reversible. The only thing that's permanently attached is that cupboard, and that's just 2 holes. I screwed a 2x4 onto the wall, bolted it onto the wall, so there would be 2 holes for that. Everything else, the bench and the rest of the cupboard, is using the existing tie downs with turnbuckles. So you know, there's nothing permanent thing. You know, I did turn around the front seat, but you know, that's easy to turn back. That's 4 bolts that just, you pull them up, you turn the seat around. It was real simple. I didn't want to go full bore, you know, changing things significantly. I mean, I did put some sound deadening in there, you know, so I guess there is that. The insulation are just panels that are just Velcroed on there, so, you know, it's all pretty reversible. Nothing too permanent, but, you know, it works pretty well. It's pretty comfortable to sleep in, and hauls plenty of gear. Having this rocket box up here has really changed a lot of things in this van for me, because, you know, I can put all the camping gear and everything I need inside the van, but there's not really any room for any extra toys. You know, I can't fit a whole lot of fishing gear or motorcycle riding gear or kayaks or, you know, those type of things. But all that fits great up here in this rocket box. So that has enabled me to get a lot of the stuff that would normally be inside the van up into there. So the van, I can now just pull over anywhere, stretch out, lay down. You know, I don't have to tear everything out and set up a full camp in order to get going. It's just all there, ready to go. So that's the setup right now. It's a nice place to do a little video. So anyways, that's all I got for now. We'll talk to you later. Out.